Today on our 2005 Dodge Ram 1500, we're going to take a look at and show you how to install the DeeZee 3-inch round polished stainless steel Nerf bars, part number DZ371233. Now the main reason customers request tube steps are kind of two reasons. One, they want a nice stylish look, or they want to improve the look of their truck, or sometimes the floorboards of the trucks are higher and this is going to offer an aid in getting in and out. Now here's what the tube steps look like installed. As you can see, they are going to be cab length, so they're going to cover the rear door here as well as the front. These are a 3-inch diameter with 3-inch wide step. Now the step's going to be 21 inches long, and you'll see when you open your rear door, it's positioned directly underneath there, giving you the proper spot to step. Also here at the front door, you can see that's going to be positioned perfectly for getting in and getting out. Now the steps are going to have a textured finish that's going to help give grip as we're getting in and out. You see the DeeZee logo there and some extra ribbing there to help us get a good grip. And they're also constructed of a UV resistant material, so we're not going to have to worry about sun fade. And also it stands up against the road grime like the salt, the oils, things like that. Now unlike the old tube steps, these are a stainless steel. We're not going to have to worry about that rusting and corrosion like we used to get with the ones that were steel with the chrome plating on the outside. Now the installation kit is also one that's very easy to use. You're going to have your bracket that's going to bolt into already existing holes, so we don't have to worry about any kind of drilling or modification underneath the vehicle. We're going to use the factory running board attachment points there and then a support brace over to the side. All of our brackets have a powder coat finish that's going to help to resist any corrosion and make sure that our steps last for a long time. Now we'll begin our installation by getting our attachment hardware in position. We're going to start here just behind the driver's front tire. See, we've got two holes here. They may or may not be covered with tape. If they are, you'll just peel that off. See, we've put our retainers down on our bolts. We're going to position our bolts inside of the body there and then push our retainers down. So that's going to hold them in place for us. We've got two of these to go in the rear as well. We'll show you those locations now. Now here in the back, they're going to be a little bit further apart. So we've got one here and one here. This is going to be the back of the cab. Now just inside from where we position those bolts in the rear, we've got a body mount. We want to remove the bolt. It's a 19mm head. And you'll want to use hand tools to do this, just to prevent damaging the bolt or the threads that we need to thread our new bolt into. We'll just lower that down. We're going to be replacing this bolt, so we'll set it aside. Now we're going to retain the rubber portion. We want to put the large, thick washer there. Grab our longer bolt. We want one of the thinner washers there. And then we're going to use the longer support bracket. Now our bolt with the small washer is going to go through. Then it'll go through the large washer in our body mount, and then we're going to thread that right back in. Now the portion of this bracket that needs to go behind the bolt is the one with the straight angle, meaning it's bent straight across, rather than here where it's kind of bent on an angle. Now we're going to do the same thing for our forward body mount, just inside where we installed those fasteners. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for the forward position, although here we're going to use the slightly shorter bracket, but still having the straight angle at the top. Now we'll grab our forward mounting plate. It's going to be the one with the narrower set of holes. Those are going to go right over the bolts we installed. Then we can add a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut to each of those. We'll leave those so that bracket will float just slightly. Now we're going to do the same thing in the rear using the rear bracket, which has the wider spaced holes. Now we can get our tube step put up into place. We want to take the middle length fastener that we had. We're going to place a flat washer and lock washer on it. And then the shorter part of the bend here, you got a shorter section here, and it's going to be a little longer in the front just to help to identify the driver's side and the passenger side. Well, we'll bring that up. Now our bolt's going to go through our support bracket, through the main bracket, and we're going to thread it right into that plate that's in the tube. Once we have both of those started, we'll start tightening down our fasteners. Now we'll start with the bolts that go through our brackets into our steps. You'll need a 19mm socket. I'm going to snug those down and torque them. Next, we'll tighten the main bracket bolts down, get those torqued. For these, we're using a 16mm socket. Now with those secured down, we'll move on to our body bolts and get those taken care of. All right, now we'll repeat that exact same procedure over on the passenger side.
Now with everything torqued down properly, that's going to complete our installation of the DeeZee 3-inch round polished stainless Nerf bars. Part number DeeZee 371233 on our 2005 Ram.